Well, as I said many times, I'm not the best podcaster, and but I'm well within my budget. That since my stroke a few months ago, my mind's still running faster than my mouth, so it takes me a little bit to catch up on things, and I'd like to find somebody to stand in for me, but I'm out in the sticks, and the selections are not that many. But like I said, went to court last Friday, and on the 3rd of October, in front of Judge Jennifer K. Snyder, and I, I thought some of the other judges were evil, but Judge Snyder said, "Hold my beer." I mean, she kind of raked me over the coals, but I predicted that. She give Stacy Bollinger everything she asked for, and I predicted that. Because evil is easy to predict. Uh, they they decided not to argue the petition where I was going to have to pay her $8,000, but they kind of snuck it in the back door by mentioning it in the final hearing papers that were filed, and of course, the judge didn't appreciate it when I said she was a rubber stamp for Stacy Bollinger. She was kind of upset about that. And then she performed her duties as rubber stamp for Stacy Bollinger. The the eye is the window of the soul, and I could see in Judge Snyder's eyes the soul of evil. And there was no way I was going to get a fair shake in that. Everything that I was accused of, Stacy Bollinger was guilty of. Now, there is no doubt my First Amendment rights were violated, and the right, the Christian, my right to have Christian duties, communications with Joanne, they were eliminated pretty much 90% off. My First Amendment of free speech was eliminated when they ordered me to take some of my interviews with Joanne Kemper off the air. I was just trying to give Joan Kemper a voice of what she never had before. And I was told I couldn't put them back on. But she didn't say I couldn't put her voice on. I become paranoid over the fact that the system was out to demonize me. And so I started recording everything. And they, they didn't so far say I couldn't present my recordings, just my pictures and videos that I had of Joanne Camper. So last Saturday, 7 o'clock, that Joanne Camper, she called me. And in that conversation, she refuted everything that Stacy Bollinger accused me of. And when I called Stacy Bollinger a liar, the judge was not pleased with me for pointing that fact out to her, because they don't know how to deal with the truth. And so I don't know how to deal with evil. And I am in an environment of pagan community. Now, I'm sure there's Christians around there, but they're frightened, and I don't hold no bad thoughts against that. They're afraid that what's happening to Joanne Kemper and myself could happen to them. So I just kind of doing this all by myself. And I'm just hoping somebody out there that hears my voice and I'll do everything I can to get Joanne Kemper's voice involved. And I'm sure I'll go to court again for playing you a portion of the conversation I had with Joanne last Saturday. And keep in mind, she's in an adult care facility that's, in my estimation, undermanned. She gets no personal attention. She just sitting there on her own in isolation. Everybody around her has got the eyes of the walking dead. At least every time I've been there. So here's what's going to get me in trouble again. Okay, now, what did you have to say, Joanne?
I said, can you come up and get me tomorrow?
What's going on?
You know, a lot of stuff's going on. I don't know what's going on. I'm in the.
How did you get to a phone?
Well, it was painful, but I made it.
Well, how did you do it?
One of the guys out here had a phone. I asked if I could borrow his phone.
Oh, another resident there?
Yeah. Things are not going well up here for me.
I know it's not, Joanne, but you got to stay strong. You know, you can tell one of the workers to get you a phone, and they have to give it to you.
Yeah, that's what I did, and that's what I'm using.
You're using the phone there from the hospital? I mean, from the facility?
Yeah. Right. I got a really sore rear end and back.
What?
Got a real sore end and a real sore butt. I can hardly walk.
What's that from?
I don't know. I guess I must have fell or did something. But things are not going good here for me.
Now say that again.
I said things are not going good for me here.
What's been happening?
Oh. I don't know what's happening.
What?
That's my problem. I don't know what is happening. Nothing makes sense to me here.
Well, I'm so glad you called me.
I just got to get out of here.
Now, that was just a part of that conversation to let everybody know that I'm not lying. I would never hurt Joanne Kemper. The system, which includes her daughter Carla Mager, Stacy Bollinger, the judges, and others too lengthy to name, they know they can't intimidate me, and the only way they can hurt me is by hurting Joanne. Now ask yourself, don't you think that's pretty pathetic? You know, I've dealt with evil in my lifetime, but never, ever one on the steroids like this one here. And I don't know what the answer is. I do know that it was Jesus that is still with Joanne. And it was Jesus that had her call me when she had her accident, whatever it was. Later on in the conversation, she said the facility there wasn't doing anything for her pain. And we had to end the conversation with her painfully saying goodbye. And it breaks my heart that people would stoop this low. And I pray they come out from underneath this spell that Satan has put on them and realize that Jesus Christ is the answer, not Lucifer. Joanne and I will still be together long after our bodies are put to rest, because our souls belong to Jesus. I pray that you take heed and you give your lives to Christ. Amen.
A shell of a house that's all caved in, where a home in the country once had been. A quiet, friendly place where children play. 'Neath the family tree we had it made in the shade. A sweet, loving mother with a baby in her arms. Even an old faded dress couldn't hide her charms. Tell me what happened to yesterday. Once it was great, but great didn't stay. It's hard to say as the years went by just what caused all our dreams to die. But one by one they all faded away, left us to wonder what happened to yesterday.
A beautiful city, a condo within. What a great life, in the shower I'd sing. But the world we once dreamed we'd someday share somehow slowly turned into an urban nightmare. As a ghetto replaced our once happy home, I realized forever the good life was gone.
Tell me what happened to yesterday. Once it was great, but great didn't stay. It's hard to say as the years went by just what caused all our dreams to die. But one by one they all faded away, left us to wonder